Okay, so hey there guys. So today's video is going to be another chit chat get ready with me. Um, I'm probably going to be posting two, possibly back to back. So I'm getting ready for work right now. I'm kind of filming a little bit later than I wanted to, but I should have enough time to finish my makeup because I'm just filming my makeup and then literally right after this I'm leaving. So I have about an hour, so I think that should be enough time. It's just like when I film, it always takes me twice as long to do my makeup as opposed to doing it in the bathroom. So yeah, so anyway, I'm just going to prime my eyes first with my Milani primer. You guys know the drill. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on my life. I know that these videos go up so much later than when I actually record them because, you know, I have to keep on producing content when I don't exactly always have the time to film. Again, not like it's my job or anything. It's just something I enjoy doing. If for whoever watches my videos, I just don't want you to be confused as to like when I actually upload them, because I end up uploading them like 2 weeks after I film them sometimes. So it's like if I said I did something yesterday, that's like yesterday, like 2 weeks ago. So just clarifying for you guys. So today's Friday. I'm working at 2, and then I'm gonna go to my boyfriend's house after that. Unfortunately, I'm just going to use this on my eyes today. I don't really feel like using the loose powder in my room just because it's less messy. So I'm just going to take my Maybelline Fit Me powder and pop that on my eyes. But I didn't get any like phone calls or anything from work about not coming in today. Because I think I'm the only person there for like 2 hours. When somebody else leaves in the morning. So I'm like there with one of the other managers after like 2 o'clock or something today. So they didn't call me about like not working, and if they were going to, they would have had to call me like 2 hours in advance, not an hour in advance, because they have to always give you at least 2 hours in advance notice if you're not working, but I haven't gotten a phone call, so, and I haven't worked since Monday. So anyway, for today, I'm just going to use single shadows because I was going to use a palette, but honestly, I couldn't find a palette that I really, really wanted to use today. I have been using my palettes recently, so it's not like I've just been using single shadows every time I get on camera. But I have been using more of my single shadows lately. I could use the Juvia's Place palette today, but I did just use that a couple of weeks ago, and it's not my favorite palette to use, especially from the mattes. The mattes are kind of like not that good. I was going to go for my Anastasia single shadows today or some Makeup Geek shadows. But I kind of want to use these ColourPop shades, Crisscross and Popular Demand. They're some of my favorites to use when the fall rolls around. So I'm just going to start off with Peach Smoothie as my transition shade. I'm trying to use up Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek, so we're going to use that first. So it's this one right here. So as you can see, I have a pretty significant dip in it, and I did just hit pan on Beaches and Cream again, and that's like my most used transition shade like ever. So that's why that one just is no problem for me to ever use up. So I'm just going to use the Jaclyn Hill Face Palette mirror today because it is a phenomenal mirror to use. I misplaced the mirror that I wanted to use today. I don't know where I put it. So yeah, I'm just being, again, kind of lazy about my makeup. Lately, I've just been like, I'll use what I use, and that's what I've been doing lately. Even though I had more time to, like, do my makeup today, and, like, actually pick out things I really wanted to use, I was just like, I'm just going to go with single shadows. And forgive these breakouts here. They are getting a lot smaller. They were a lot bigger before. I feel like they were, it was happening because I was using makeup wipes when I was sleeping over my boyfriend's house, and I have been switching back to my oil the past few days because I haven't slept over in a few days. And I'm not going to bring the oil to his house. Every time I sleep over, the makeup wipes are just easier to use when I sleep over because, like, I don't have to worry about them, like, leaking in my bag or, like, washing off my face every time. I don't know who is just calling me right now. It's a Huntington number, but it's not work. So I'm just going to keep on putting this in my crease. And what's funny about these numbers that call you is that they always look like a similar number to your actual number. because my number starts with a 6, 9, and they always like call me with that, starting with that, those 2 digits. So it's like just kind of weird, but I know that's not my job, so. Okay, so that is pretty much the transition shade. I just want to see, I'm pretty sure that this is a spam number. I always get this number like every day. Yeah. Um, Lucky Brand is definitely a different phone number. Yeah, Lucky Brand is definitely different. So that's it for that. Now I'm going to jump into, I did just use some of my Makeup Geek single shadows. Actually, when I filmed that, my thoughts on the beauty industry video, I used a couple of Makeup Geek single shadows, so I'm probably not going to use those today as well. I wanted to use the Anastasia ones, but honestly, they're not red enough for what I was going for, so I think I'm going to stick with my ColourPop ones. I'm going to be using 2 different palettes this weekend. I'm going to be using the Lime Crime palette and some other palettes. So I'm just going to stick with this shade right here called Note to Self, and I'm going to put that in my crease. And then we're going to use the 2 of the redder shades to get a little bit more of like a fallish kind of look, because I'm kind of getting a little bit of fall vibes right now. I like doing like this burnt orange kind of crease thing. But you guys know I love warm creases anyway. They're like my thing. I don't really love cool tone looks. I like more warm tone looks, so that's basically what I'm going for today. So I'm just going to work this into the crease. Honestly, I didn't really want to work today. I wish I would have only worked 2 to 6, not 2 to 7, because I want to go over his house as soon as possible, right when work is over. It's annoying when I have to work till 7, because I still have to go home and like shower and stuff, and it's annoying that I have to go home first and then go back out, especially when it's that late, because I also have work tomorrow at 12, so I can't stay past like 11, 11:30, so I'm only going to be there for like 4 hours. But I'm not really going to see him after tomorrow, so not until like Wednesday again, because Sunday I have work, and then we have Rosh Hashanah, so we have to go to Rosh Hashanah services on Sunday, and Sunday was the last night I was planning on sleeping over, because his parents come back on Tuesday. Not that his mom has a problem with me sleeping over at all. It's just easier to sleep over when, you know, they're not there. So, okay, and then for the defining shade, I'm going to take my other brush. I just cleaned all my brushes, so I'm hoping that they will perform better. I'm kind of feeling like I need new brushes at some point, because I feel like they just don't perform the same. I've had my brushes for like 2 or 3 years now. I think that's too long to have a makeup brush, so I probably should replace them at some point. I just want you guys to see my shirt. I love this shirt. So now for the defining shade, I'm going to take this shade called Crisscross. This is one of my favorite shades from Makeup Geek, from ColourPop. It's just so pigmented, and I love it. I don't know if I've used these in, or used this shade in a Get Ready With Me before, but whatever. So we're just going to pop that in here to define the crease. Really is such a pretty shade. So the first time I wore this shirt to work, I wore my Wet n Wild, palette, and I forgot to bring my eye primer to his house, so they kind of looked a little bit faded. These are definitely like more pigmented from what I can tell. Like, again, I was going to use like, the only other palette I really wanted to use today was the Colored Rain palette, but I've been doing pretty well about rotating my eyeshadows, and I know I'm going to start using that palette along with other like palettes in the fall time anyway, because I started school this past week, so I'm not really too concerned, because I still wear makeup every day, and I actually think that I finished off 4 foundations this year. That is crazy to me, because usually I only end up finishing off the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation. That's like the only foundation I really have finished, besides the Maybelline Fit Me, because I'm on my 2nd bottle of the Maybelline Fit Me. And for the Giorgio Armani foundation, I've used it up 3 times, and I think I'm almost done with my 4th one. There's still a little bit more product in that one, so I probably should have used that foundation today, but I'm going to use a drugstore foundation. I'm going to use mostly affordable products because that's what just I end up loving is affordable makeup lately. So that's what I end up using. And I didn't really see a point of bringing my color switch in here because the shades are pretty similar to what I'm using. I just want to take some water. I really have been trying to hydrate myself as much as I can, especially before work because I get so thirsty. And then for the outer corners, I'm going to take that popular, I think that shade is called Popular Demand. Yeah, I'm going to take that on the outer corners. These shades are so pigmented, like it's insane. So from what I've noticed from using, because I feel like ColourPop and Makeup Geek are like the most comparable formulas that I have. I think I like ColourPop's formula more. ColourPop is one of my all-time favorite affordable formulas for eyeshadow. I just think honestly, out of all the ColourPop eyeshadows that I own, I think every single one performs just as well as the other one. Like, they're the most consistent for me. I think that Makeup Geek has more inconsistencies in how they perform. Don't get me wrong, I still really love them, but I think I love the ColourPop ones more. That's why I'm always using them. I almost used the Dream Street palette again today, but I'm like, no, Caitlin. But again, I don't think I've actually used that in a Get Ready With Me. So I have to make that my business. I don't think I've ever actually sat down and filmed with it. Not that from what I remember, I use it off camera all the freaking time, like literally like once or twice a week, but I don't think I've ever filmed with it. So I gotta step it up and actually use that palette on camera. Oh, look how pretty those are. Oh, they are so pretty. I am getting eyeshadow all over my laptop because these have so much kick up, but there's absolutely no fallout. I forgot to grab a makeup wipe, but I'm planning on using a glitter on my lid, so I shouldn't have anything underneath my eyes. All right. I would have used like this shade. I might use this shade on my lid today. That one's from Makeup Geek, and this one is called Curtain Call. I might use that just to make it a little bit redder because I don't feel like using any other color. From the foiled shadows, these are like the newer foiled shadows, so I might use that. I think that the newer foil shadows perform a little bit better than the older ones because from what I've been seeing and all the controversy that's going on with Makeup Geek right now and Jaclyn Hill and everything, I have been using my Makeup Geek shadows more, honestly. But I don't think they're as... I'm just popping on my NYX glitter primer real quick because you guys know I always use this every day just to make sure my eyeshadow will stick to my lid because I don't really use a brush for my lid shade anymore. I find that my finger always performs better than a brush. And my nails are usually always not manicured, so I can just do this and not really be concerned about getting stabbed in the eye. I don't know how people do those long nails all the time. It's crazy. But anyway, because honestly, like, as soon as I have them for, like, a little while, they drive me crazy. Like, I can't have them for more than, like, a week. I feel like I can't even function with them. Because they, like, just get in the way of, like, everything. I'm like, I don't know how you deal with this. So anyway, I've just been finding that the foiled shadows don't perform, honestly, that well. Because I think that they're just getting older, and I might have to get rid of some of them soon, because they are like an oil-based shadow, so they don't really last forever. So I don't know. Alright, do I want to go red today, or do I want to go with a glitter? I could use these two shadows, the gold and the red. You know what? I think I'm going to do that, because they're both so pretty. Alright, so I'm going to pop the red on the center. But if I really like how it looks, I'm probably just going to use it all over my lid. Because I kind of really want to use it today. Yeah, that is really pretty. Alright, we're just going to put it all over the lid. I was going to use a glitter, but I kind of want to use this one. Just going for more fall vibes today. I'll just clean up the under eyes off camera. You guys don't have to watch me do that. But yeah, I'm going to use this color. So what I've noticed, this is Makeup Geek's curtain call, um, is that her single shadows perform like a little bit better than her, um, her newer shadows perform better than the older shadows. And I usually don't do this where I cross like brands like this and use Makeup Geek and ColourPop together, but this was the lid shade I really wanted to use, so just ended up using it. So usually I always stick with like one brand if I use single shadows. Alright, I'm just gonna finish applying that off camera real quick. Alright, so I just finished applying that, and surprisingly, I didn't really get anything underneath my eyes, so I'm actually pretty impressed with that too. Like just one tiny little glitter, but I'm not gonna get up and go to in the bathroom just to clean that up. It's like the smallest glitter in the world. And then for the brow bone, I'm just gonna take Locked and Loaded and Hear Me Out. I use these all the time, and I just am going to pop those on my brow bone. Yeah, so I just washed my makeup brushes, so they should be pretty okay. And then I think I'm just gonna define the outer corners real fast, and then we're just gonna move on to the face. I kind of want to use my Giorgio Armani foundation today, but I know it's gonna be messy in my room because I actually have to like flip the bottle over. So actually it might be better if I don't use that today. I just figured that out, so I'm probably not going to use that today. I'm just going to stick with the foundation that I have right now. So I'm just going to take a little bit more Popular Demand and throw that on the outer corners. If you guys could actually see what I'm doing. Excuse me. I think it looks good though. I'm going to take a tiny, should I take a tiny bit of Cocoa Bear? No, I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I like how it looks right now. So I'm going to just sip. Alright, so we're done with the eyes for now. I just like feel like I need a little bit more definition. No, I think they look fine. Alright, we're going to move on to the face. I'm just going to spray my face with my NYX primer spray. Oh my god. My like laptop is such a mess right now. Did I bring a regular primer in here? I don't think I did, so let me go grab one. Alright, so for my face, I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Prime by Face Studio. This has just been my go-to lately. I just use it all the time. So yeah, I started school this past week on Tuesday, and I'm already done with my first week of school. But by the time this goes up, I probably will be in my second week of school already. But I just cannot believe that school came up so quickly. I feel like August went by in a flash. And I'm back in my second year of school already. So I'm in my second year of cybersecurity. And we actually have to prepare ourselves to take like this really big test soon. Like the end of this month. We were going to do it in the summertime, but honestly, like I did not want to have that pressure over the summer. Like I think I said in another video that I just wanted to enjoy my summer. So I told him, let's just take it like during the school year or something. Because other people are too. I think only one person so far actually took it this summer, and he said that he got a job and he's already working. Like he already took the test. So for my foundation today, I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. I actually really like this for shorter periods of wear. I don't really love it for, I feel like I need like a little bit more than usual just because I want to go for a little bit more coverage today. I wanted to use the NARS foundation today, but I didn't want something so matte because I did just wear the MAC full coverage foundation yesterday, and I wore the Wet n Wild foundation on Tuesday, and what did I wear on Wednesday? I think the Giorgio Armani. So I just wanted something like in between everything today, and this is like light This is like medium to full, so it's not like super heavy on your skin. So I really like it. I like it for a few hours of wear. I don't really like it after like 4 hours of wear because it kind of starts to like already not look very good. But I do like it. It's a nice foundation. Okay, so I'm just going to blend it out. All right, I definitely need another tissue right now because I feel like there's still foundation everywhere. Okay, so let me just open up my mirror again. The annoying thing about this Jaclyn Hill palette is that it kind of just opens all the way up. It's kind of hard to like see what you're actually doing. I was going to use Kathleen Light's Constellation glitter eyeshadow on my lid today, but I think I'm going to save that for when I actually use the Dream Street palette in a Get Ready With Me, but I'm not going to be filming a Get Ready With Me again for a while. This is probably the last one I'm going to film for a little while, so yeah. It just depends on what I'm feeling every day, so I decided to use single shadows today, so that's what I used. So yeah. I really like my professor this time. I actually have the same professor for every class, and he was the professor that did the summer program for us during the summer to like kind of prepare us for the tests that we're taking. And that did help. But I'm still really, really nervous about it. So that's like the test that I have to pass to like basically become a cybersecurity major and, well, not major, you know what I mean, to like graduate and to be certified. That's what I meant to say. So I'm using the L'Oreal makeup sponge to blend this out. I'm making pretty good timing. It's 1:08 right now, so I still have a half hour to finish my makeup, so that should be more than enough time. I wanted to watch President Obama's address today because he's kind of like dissing Trump today, so I wanted to watch that, but it's alright. I'll just hear about it from my family. I'm sure they won't stop talking about it and like give me a full recap at some point. I watched like bits and pieces, but not really that much. Because, you know, I had to get ready for work at some point. I got up at like 11:20ish today, so it was nice to sleep in for a little while. It does suck that I can't sleep over my boyfriend's house again, though, because I have to work today, I have to work tomorrow from 12 to 6, and then Sunday I have to work at 11 to 3, and I wanted to sleep over Sunday night, but I have to go to Rosh Hashanah services on Sunday night, so I can't sleep over then either, so that really sucks. The only night or last night that I probably could have slept over was last night, but then I would have had to come home and get ready for work. And I didn't really want to do that again, especially since, you know, I want to save the gas because I've been driving to school now. So yeah, I think did I make a video that I said that I got my new car? Did I? I got a new car. I don't know if I said that in my last Get Ready With Me. I don't think I had the car yet when I filmed that Get Ready With Me video. I had just turned 30 at that point, but I don't think I had the car yet. When did I get the car? Like, the last week of August, like the 28th of August. So I don't think I had filmed. Anyway, I got a new car. I don't know if I talked about it or not. I got a 2018 Ford Focus. I'm pretty sure that Ford is discontinuing that car by the end of this year. Ford is kind of pulling a lot of their older models and like getting rid of them and not really selling them anymore because you guys know like that. Or if you know, if you like lease cars or if you pay attention to cars, that Ford doesn't really do well with their other models besides like the Mustang or like I don't know what their main sedan is going to be. I think it's the Fusion. But my mom, my brother, and my dad all have the Fusion, and I just didn't think it was practical for me to have one too. Because first of all, it's way too big for just a single driver. Like, I don't know why my mom got my brother a Fusion. I don't really understand why she did that. It still kind of baffles me because it's about $100 more a month to lease than the Focus. I'm like, I'm just going to get the Focus. Like, I want to get something that is the most affordable for my mom because she's paying for my lease and she paid for the down payment. What I'm paying for is the damages that I got on my older car. I paid $700 for that, and now I'm slowly paying her back for the rest of it. So that's what I'm paying for right now. It's not like I'm not paying for anything. Just my job doesn't really allow me to pay like the amount I would like to give her because I don't make that kind of money right now. So for my under eye concealer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Liquid Camouflage Concealer. Hopefully this doesn't become a mess. I love this concealer. I've always loved this concealer. It's so good. I haven't used it in a little while. I was trying to go back to some older concealers because I kind of find myself grabbing like the same 5 concealers all the time. I'm going to use the newer Real Techniques brush that I got from Marshall's to apply it. But yeah, I really have been enjoying it. I have driven on the highway to school with it a few times and I freaking love it. It is a bit light on the highway, like it kind of blows around a lot, but it has been very windy the past week. So we'll see how it performs like next week because it was very like windy and stormy this past week, especially yesterday. Yesterday was crazy how much thunder there was and it like poured for like an hour. I had just missed the storm by the time I got home. I had just got caught in the rain like literally 2 minutes away from my house when I was driving because I was driving behind such a slow person. But overall, it's so much better than the older Focus. I just feel like it has, it's just better. I love it so much. So that's definitely been the biggest thing that's happened so far and going back to school. So now I'm just going to blend that out with my L'Oreal sponge. And I don't know if I touched on this in my last Get Ready With Me. I probably should have watched it before I actually filmed this video. But I also was pretty upset that I wasn't able to go to the US Open this year. I usually go every year with my sister because my dad works for Newsday, so he gets us tickets to the tennis US Open, not the golf US Open. Obviously, I'm not like really into golf, but me and my sister have always been huge tennis fans for like about 7 or 8 years now. For a while. I think since we were like in high school, like almost 10 years. Because we've been going since we were in like high school or college. And my sister ended up going without me this past year, and it kind of sucks. I didn't go because I couldn't really get anyone to go with me. Me and my boyfriend couldn't really afford it, because it is very expensive to go. So right now I've just been going to school and seeing him, and that's basically all I've been doing lately. Alright, I'm going to finish blending this out off camera real quick. Okay, and now I'm just blending out the under eyes. I just finished blending out my face off camera. You guys don't have to see every single detail. So yeah, hopefully I'll pass that test. I'm kind of super, super, super nervous about it, but I cannot believe that I'm already in my second year. I feel like the first year went by in a blink of an eye. I remember that I was struggling with getting into the program like a year ago, and now I'm in my second year. Like, where did the first year go? The second semester went by so much faster than the first semester. It's fucking insane. So, okay, so now I'm just gonna blend out this. Sorry, it's just like taking a little while to blend, so forgive me if I'm not entertaining you for like a second. It's just being a little bit difficult to blend right now. Alright, so I think that's okay. And then I just want to close up this concealer so it doesn't go anywhere. And then for the under eyes, I'm going to take the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder and I'm going to put that underneath my eyes. I just want to take a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm just going to use my Real Techniques brush, if I could actually find it. This little fluffy brush is like one of my favorites. I love it so freaking much. This girl, honestly, like, I don't want to be annoying, but it's like, she tells me things in my comments that I already know. And she says, like, just so you know, it's like, I know this already. And I understand, like, you think that you know everything, but it's okay. Like, I'm not gonna be heated about it. I've gotten into, like, heated discussions with her before, because she tells me things that I already basically know. And even though I didn't address it in my video, like, I tell you to go check out other videos so you can educate yourself about something. I'm not saying I don't know it. It's just because I'm not gonna go over something that I already know a million times. So, that's all I'm gonna say. Oh god, that covers so nicely. I really like this powder underneath the eyes. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for that. And I guess I will smudge on the lower lash line today because I feel like I'm making pretty good timing. Because it's 1:17 right now. I still have another like 20 minutes left. Where the heck is my little brush? Come on, man. I just put it in here. I swear, every time I put brushes back, I can never find them again. Alright, well, since I can't find it right now, we're just going to line my waterline. So I'm just going to take Costa Riche. This is literally the eyeliner I use every single day of my life. I don't use anything else. I'm just so addicted to it. I love it so much. So I'm just going to do that because I always feel like I'm going to poke my eye out when I'm filming. So just give me a second. Okay, and then for mascara, I'm going to use the Clinique High Impact Mascara. I have been enjoying this mascara so much. It is so freaking good, you guys. I started using this in a sample pack that I got from Clinique, and I can't stop using it. It's so good. Clinique honestly, like, snuck up on me and has, like, some really good mascaras. I couldn't find this for a little while, and I was like, where'd it go? I love it so much. I always feel like I'm so textured on, like, where my pore area is now. I guess it's not the foundations. I think I just need to exfoliate more. I really am such a slacker about that sometimes. Alright, I'm just going to finish it up off camera real quick. Okay, and then for my inner corners, I think I'm going to take, because I was going to take just in the spotlight, but I think I'm going to take these two shades. I'm going to take Legend and a little bit of my favorite inner corner highlight from ColourPop, and that's called Let Me Explain, and I'm going to mix the two together. I'm going to pop those on the inner corners. I don't know about you, but I hate skipping this step. Sometimes I'll forget. It doesn't happen very often, but sometimes I will forget to do this, and I get so upset at myself. I'm like, no, I'm not shining from my inner corners. Like, I'm all about the shimmer, if you guys didn't know. You guys know I love highlight. I love the inner corner highlight, and I love lid shades, so I'm always all about the shimmer. Oh my god, I always have so much eye goo on my inner corners. I don't know if that's TMI, but I always feel like it always accumulates by the time I actually do my inner corner highlight, and I always feel like it never applies the way I want it to. But I think that actually looks really pretty. I want a little bit more of that gold color. Just like right there. Of course, I feel like now I put on too much. Alright, so that's it for that. And then for the face, I actually noticed that this Curtain Call eyeshadow has not transferred once to the crease. I think it looks pretty good. So I don't have to go back in and reblend my eyeshadows. So that's good. So for my To set my face, I'm just going to use the Maybelline Fit Me powder, the same thing I used on my eyes. I'm hoping that my brushes will, I think my brushes are going to perform better now since I finally washed them. They're still a bit wet, but overall they're pretty clean and dry. And I also kind of blow dry them today because they weren't completely dry when I actually wanted to use them, so I kind of had to blow dry them a little bit. I don't know if that's bad or something. I've never seen someone say that it's bad. I'm just going to throw out some of these tissues. So yeah, that's what I did. I don't know if that's weird or anything. And then for... boyfriend is texting me again. And then for the bronzer, I'm going to use the ColourPop Private Party bronzer. I'm not sure if I used this on camera yet. I can't remember if I used it in my last Get Ready With Me. I'm really winning with my last Get Ready With Me today on what I actually used in that video, but it's okay. I'm hoping my bronzer brush is semi dry. This is a very hard brush to use when you clean it, so I just need a new bronzer brush is what I need. I'm just going to use that to bronze up the cheeks. But it seems to be pretty dry right now, and it actually is applying that pretty nicely. This is mostly the bronzer that I've been using lately, along with the Milani bronzer, which I can never get enough of. I've been trying to use that as much as possible before the summer's over, because I feel like that's like the perfect summer bronzer. All right, I can't really see in this mirror right now, so I guess I'm just going to use the camera. It is a little bit damp with this brush, but I think I can work with it right now. Let's see how this looks so far. In like 20 minutes? Okay, bye. Sorry, my mom was asking me when I'm leaving for work. Oh, this brush still feels pretty wet, but it's alright. At least I'm just blending it on the neck right now. As long as it applied okay to the, to my cheeks, I don't really care how it looks on the rest of my face, so, oh my god, it does feel really damp. Whatever. I'm not really that concerned about it. I'm so lazy about bronzer. And then for my blush, I'm going to take the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the shade Vintage Rogue. I don't really use this blush often enough, so I want to use it today. I don't know if it's like too peachy for this look, but I don't know. It's just such a pretty blush, so I wanted to use it. I was going to use either like Toasted Cinnamon or Bare Peach from Burt's Bees, but I was planning on using Bare Peach tomorrow anyway. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, it's just so easy to use. I love it. It's just so pretty. And then the same on the other side. My blush brush is definitely performing better after I cleaned it, so happy about that. I could have also used the lippy that I'm planning on using tomorrow, but I think I'm going to use a Lime Crime lippy tomorrow. I've been using a lot of my Makeup Monsters lippies lately, so I'm going to use a Makeup Monsters lippy today too. I feel like I already need new liquid lipsticks though. Like I feel like I don't really have the shades that I really want lately. I feel like I've been using a lot of older lipsticks lately, and I kind of am ready for like newer colors. So, but I feel like I'm definitely going to overwhelm myself again if I do that. Alright, so that's my blush. And then for the highlight, I was thinking about just going with Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop from this palette, which I'm still thinking about, but I think I'm going to use the ColourPop Innuendo palette and just go with a couple of those shades. I wear this so often to work, but I love mixing these three shades together. So I'm just going to go with Glad You Came, On the Loose, and Morning. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm just going to mix Glad You, On the Loose, and Morning After. There's like a lot of fallout on the sides. All right, now let's go with, because I'm thinking about topping it with one of my other ColourPop highlighters, so I wanted to use these as the base. So I'm just going to take those two and pop them on my cheeks. I definitely can't see very well, so this is always a struggle, is seeing how my highlight looks. You know what? I think I'm just going to use these. I'd rather use the Jaclyn Hill ones. Because I was looking at them and I'm like, I really want to use them. This used to be like I mean, I still love these highlighters. I just hope that Jaclyn like learns from her mistakes. But I've been using this more often. Not like every day, but look how pretty it is. It's just so gorgeous. So I was like, what? Might as well use it. Sitting right in front of me. This is actually like my second champagne pop, because the second one kind of the first one kind of fell apart because I did hit pan on it, but also like I tried to repress it, and it just does not perform the same at all. I'm literally getting highlighter absolutely everywhere. So I definitely have to clean up my desk after this. So now I'm just going to spray my brush and just pop this on. All right, I think we're good with that. I'm going to take a little bit of the ColourPop one too and just dust it over to the top. I love mixing highlighters lately, so if I mix like 4 highlighters together, don't think I'm like a crazy person. I just like a very intense highlight, and sometimes I like mixing them, so yeah, so I kind of used both palettes today. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the face. God, these get kick up literally everywhere. Fuck. Damn. Okay. Sorry. I just want to clean up my desk a little. Okay, and then we're just going to set my face with the same spray. The Milani setting spray. I'm just going to do my brows real quick off camera, and then we'll come back and do the lips. Let me just see how this face actually looks. Yeah, I like how it turned out. I actually really like the eyes. Alright, now let's just do my brows off camera because I forgot to grab my spoolie. Okay, now we just have to do lips. If I could find my lip liner, that would be fantastic. Where the heck did I put it? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so for the lip liner, I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Bear to Comment, which is one of my all-time favorites. Also, I can't find Lolita right now. That's the one I wanted to use by Kat Von D. Also, this, like, doesn't really push up properly anymore. I have to get a new one. Let me see if I have another lip liner in my bag somewhere. Could use this one too. I guess one I just cleaned out my backpack for school of my lip liners. This is a pink one from yesterday. These are all pencils. Alright, I guess I could just use Subculture. Alright, and then for the actual lip color, I'm going to go in with Cornucopia by Makeup Monsters, one of my all-time favorite fall lippies. I probably need to replace these at some point. Sorry for burping. Because some of them are getting a bit old, but I don't smell anything, so I think this one's still just fine. So I'm just going to use this one on my lips. Oh my god. It's so beautiful. I always end up wearing this one on Thanksgiving, and I get so many compliments on it. Because it's called Cornucopia, so... Alright, let me just re-dip it real quick, and then I'll just fix it up off camera. I'm just going to fix it up off camera. Alright, you guys, so this is pretty much the finished look. I really have to leave for work now, so I'm just going to show you super quickly. Here's the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I really like how this look turned out. It's typical fall for me. I probably should have done something a little bit less fall because I forgot that I was still wearing sandals today. And sorry that my dogs are barking. I don't know what they're barking at. But yeah, that's it. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. I love you guys. Bye.